Beloved soul, your silence has been heard. Not as a refusal, but as a sacred language that heaven understands. But what if your quietness is being misunderstood by the very heart that loves you most? The one heaven has for you is standing at the edge of their courage, held back only by the fear of misreading your sacred stillness. Welcome to Angel Messages for You, where we translate the unspoken words of the heart and deliver heaven's gentle nudges toward connection. If you have ever held your feelings close, guarding a tender heart behind a quiet strength, this message is your divine reassurance. Subscribe now, because the bridge between your silence and their hope is about to be built. When this word resonates with the quiet longing in your spirit, comment below and affirm, "I received this confirmation." It is a first step in turning a holy silence into a sacred conversation. For those moved to support this channel of heartfelt understanding, your super thanks helps us extend this gentle clarity to other souls navigating the space between love and silence. Now, let your heart be comforted. What you are about to hear is heaven's compassionate explanation of your silence and the powerful love that is waiting for just a single, gentle sign from you. You haven't said much. You've stayed quiet. You've held your feelings close. You've watched from the shadows, but they noticed. They always noticed. Every glance, every smile you held back, every moment you wanted to speak but didn't. They saw your silence, and they felt something inside them shift, because they're in love with you, and they don't even know how to carry it anymore. They pretend it's under control, they act like they're fine, but heaven sees the truth. And heaven sent me to tell you, they're not sleeping well. They keep replaying moments in their mind, moments you shared, moments they wish they had the courage to create. But something keeps stopping them. Something heavy, something holy. It's your silence, and it's shaking them, because they don't know what it means. They don't know if it's peace, or protection, or pain. They don't want to misread you. They don't want to push past your boundaries. But they also don't want to walk away. You've changed the rhythm of their world. You've awakened something in their heart that no one else could reach. They don't just like you, they see you. And what they see is someone rare, someone gentle, someone real, but also someone guarded, someone who's been through battles in silence. Someone who knows how to hide tears behind strength. And they respect that. They respect you. But their heart is aching, because love is knocking and silence is answering the door. They wonder if you're waiting for a sign. They wonder if you're afraid too. They wonder if maybe, just maybe, you feel the same. But your silence is louder than your hope. Angels are watching both of you. Whispers are rising in heaven. Because two souls were never meant to drift like this. Not when God knit the thread between them so tight, so sacred, so sure. But someone must speak. And right now, they're hesitating because they're afraid of your stillness. Afraid your quiet might be rejection. Afraid your distance might be dismissal. Afraid your silence might be a final answer. Even though they don't want it to be, they pray, they cry, they smile through the ache, but heaven knows, and heaven speaks. You are not cold, you are not cruel, you are just careful. You've learned the cost of speaking too soon. You've learned the pain of trusting too quickly, but this time, this is not like the others. This person, they're not here to break you, they're here to understand you. But they can't walk through the door if you never unlock it. Even a whisper would help. Even a kind gaze, a short message, a gentle sign. You don't have to pour your heart out, but heaven says, let them know. Let them know you see them. Let them know your silence isn't rejection, because they're standing at the edge, and love is trembling in their chest. They're ready, but scared, not scared of love, scared of misreading you, scared of getting it wrong, scared of stepping where they're not welcome. You've always been strong, but this time, your strength might look like a small word, a soft yes, a little openness, because they've already opened themselves, they've already fallen, and they don't know how to rise without your response. Type "I received this confirmation" in the comments if your heart knows this is your message. Tap, like if your silence has been sacred, but you're ready for divine movement. Subscribe to Angel Messages for you right now, so you never miss the words that were always meant to find you. And if this message is healing a silent ache in your heart, send a super thanks as a faith seed and let heaven know you're listening. They sit in their room sometimes, phone in hand, typing, deleting, typing again, stopping, not because they don't want to talk, but because they don't know if you want them to. Your silence has become a mystery, a holy pause, a question they can't answer. They tell their friends they're okay, but they're not. They've seen signs, they've felt God's hand in this, but they're waiting, and it's getting hard, because how long do you wait for someone who says nothing? How long do you love in silence when all you want is one word from them? They're not asking for everything. They're asking for something, anything, a glance, a message, a small door of hope. But your silence has become a wall, and they don't know how to climb it. Angels say this is not about pride. It's about fear. They're not too proud to love you. They're afraid they already do, and that you might not care, but you do care. Heaven knows you do. You cry about them in secret. You ask God, why don't they move? But they're asking the same thing. They're crying the same prayers. And the answer is not in heaven anymore. It's in your hands. Sometimes love isn't delayed. It's just waiting for a whisper, a signal, a yes. You don't need a perfect moment. You need a real one. God says, don't overthink what's holy. Don't silence something sacred. If your spirit is stirred right now, that's not emotion. That's confirmation. Love is standing at your door, and it's been there a long time. They tried to forget you. They couldn't. They tried to move on. But everything else felt empty, less alive, less true. Because the truth is, you are the one they asked heaven about. And heaven whispered your name back, but they can't do this alone. God's not asking you to chase. He's asking you to open, just enough for love to breathe, just enough for them to see hope. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to explain your past. Just be present. Just be kind. Just be willing. You've been hiding behind your silence. But love is knocking louder now, and they're about to give up if they don't hear you knock back. Do you feel this is for you? Do you feel their heart calling yours? Comment, I receive this sacred love. If this message is breaking your silence today, like this video if your heart is awakening and you feel the Spirit guiding your next step. Subscribe to Angel Messages for you, so you never miss divine words sent just for you. And if you're moved to honor this holy message, give a super thanks to help us reach other silent hearts who are also waiting for a sign. They remember the way you looked at them. Even if it was only once, even if it was only for a second, it stayed with them. They didn't imagine that feeling. They didn't dream up the connection. It was real. And they've held on to it ever since. They didn't say anything that day. Because they didn't want to ruin something holy. They didn't know if you were ready or if you even noticed. But heaven noticed, and heaven never forgot. Angels say they've been in love with you longer than you know, longer than they admitted, even to themselves. But your silence became a question they didn't know how to answer. They wondered if they were being foolish, if you were just being polite, if your quiet was a no covered in kindness. But that's not what it was. Your silence came from pain, from disappointment, from heartbreaks they never saw. You didn't ignore them. You were protecting yourself. You didn't shut them out. You were trying to heal in a world that never gave you space to breathe, and angels understand. So does God. And so do they. They never stopped loving you. They just didn't know if love was still safe for you. But love is supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to give you rest, not pressure, not fear. They've seen glimpses of your heart. And those glimpses wrecked them, in the best way. You didn't need to speak loudly.